I have to tell you about this new product that I really think you're going to love. And when I say new, I don't mean like new. It's been around for a little while. I mean new in the sense that I've been using it a lot, and I think you're going to gain a lot of benefit out of it. We have really great agents at Jotform, but if you're looking for like creating a team of agents that just work for you, whether that be through automations and on their own, these are some of the best no-code, easy to create agents out there on the market. Hi, my name is Dimitri Benici, and I'm a content creator, agency owner, and AI enthusiast. You're listening to the AI Agents Podcast, brought to you by Jotform, and featuring our very own CEO and founder, Ida Tank. This is the show where artificial intelligence meets innovation, productivity, and the tools shaping the future of work. Enjoy the show. I have to tell you about this new product that I really think you're going to love. And when I say new, I don't mean like new. It's been around for a little while. I mean new in the sense that I've been using it a lot, and I think you're going to gain a lot of benefit out of it. We have really great agents at Jotform, but if you're looking for like creating a team of agents that just work for you, whether that be through automations and on their own, these are some of the best no-code, easy to create agents out there on the market. It's a tool called Relevance AI. We're going to do a series of reviewing different agent platforms, and this one's definitely one that I am incredibly happy with. It's basically a agent that has the ability to be created from scratch, and there's a bunch of different use cases that it already has at the start of everything. So we're going to walk you through some of the different ones that I've used. I'm going to give you an idea of pricing to start. There's the annual plan, obviously, for all these different ones, but I'm going with monthly first, just so that, you know, if you're trying it out. This is essentially the ability to, after you go above free, you start paying $20, $200, $600 a month, and it gives you the ability to really expand what you're doing and work in a lot of different ways. So when I log in, you're going to be like, what? This is crazy. This is like good work. So first we got Domi the Domain Finder. This is a automation that, as you can see, this is run a little bit of time ago. So all this does is perform a domain finding functionality where, you know, you may receive different emails, you may receive different messages from people, and you're just trying to get that person's company and their website and learn more about it. This is literally an agent that we made to just extract company information. So say you're getting things like the name of the company, project management softwares, competitors, stuff like that. You then, after finding it, it will then output the root domain of that person. It's a very basic thing, but it is something that's much more convenient than what you see normally. So for example, there's one running right now where it's like Jotform is a form building company, and here's a competitor analysis. It literally is given a client, which is Jotform, Typeform is some competitors, FormStack, Google Forms, all these different forms, right? And it's just giving us the domains of these competitors, right? So that we can analyze them. And results look something in the realm of Typeform, typeform.com, right? You can see that this is accurate. Google Forms, google.com, fillout.com. Yep, accurate. Wufoo, wufoo.com, accurate. And it's just a very convenient thing. Now, this isn't the only thing that we do or we're using it for. So for example, it's more than just basic things. Like for example, this is a really nice agent that I built out that works in an automation sequence. I think what I love about this tool is that obviously you're seeing the final parts of this, but you can essentially event your own agent and create it from scratch. And after it's made, this prompt that's in here, right? After you just literally go through and type out what it is that you want for an agent, you can rework this and then it'll make changes. So for example, this is a agent that gets some context from what was sent out to it or what was put into a prompt, then looks up on Perplexity, Google search, website, and validates for videos like the ones that I make and for the podcast we make, what can tools do? Right? And what it does is it essentially looks into the product that's referenced and gives us an outline, categorizes the content, figures out the audience, problems, solutions, all these types of things. And it's simply done in a very quick and easy methodology of creating this, which is just typing in a prompt saying, I want an agent that does this, and then adding different tools. There's a million different tools that you can add. I'm saying million, but there's over 9,000 tools. It does everything from communication to CRM management, calendar management, data scraping, file management, and integrates with a lot of your favorite apps like Gmail, Google Calendar, HubSpot, Slack, Notion, Trello, all of these different tools out here. I love the data scraping capabilities, finding different things on websites that are social media and on specific websites as well. The CRM capabilities are really nice for those who are big HubSpot users and other tools. Email, so nice, so nice, so nice. I really like the way that emails work on this product as well. And I love the outputs that it gives. So for example, what I literally do is I have a whole automation made where it's like, I'm in Notion, I press enhance on a content idea, right? So if I press a button in Notion with a webhook, it literally gives a context on a written page and then goes through step by step. For the product tactic, website, tactic.io, content title, content idea information is all here, what's been written out, right? And then what it'll do is it'll do a bunch of things like perform Google research, perform website scraping, whatever it needs to be, right? Just to get the context. And then it'll give me a couple different things like, okay, for a tool like Text Cortex, for example, it'll give me 3 potential video outlines or breakdowns. Topic, how live web search investment trends agents. The audience is market analysts. Problem is manually scanning dozens of sites for new trends and wasted hours. A Text Cortex flow taps web search integration to pull real-time news, blogs, and filings. Fresh signals appear in seconds. And then it gives a verification based off of the link here, which shows this is actually a feature that exists inside of the product, so it'll work as a video. This is one of the better agents I've made. Creates little outlines, breakdowns of potential content. I love it so much. So easy to use. And like I said, using webhooks in Notion, if I go to here and I go to enhance content idea, it's so simple. You'll see there's a get content idea, it says get client, client strategies. And in the beginning of this entire process, when a client is made, what I actually do is I not only make content outlines, but it comes from a root source, which is in fact a content strategist. So take a look at this content strategist. So this content strategist literally takes a product name like SmartSuite and smartsuite.com. And SmartSuite is an all-in-one, no-code work OS that lets teams plan, track, and automate any workflow. It's really nice. Uses a fair amount of credits, but it's really nice. It tells me what the product is, the ICP, the top use cases, the brand identity, the mission, the values, the tone, the visual style, the tagline, the competitive matrix. All of these things factors in a 3-pillar content strategy that I've put together. And this automation here starts with get me the meeting idea from Notion, give me the content strategy that was made previously, as you saw with that content strategy, then do the outline, and then create titles. That's right. I also have a title creator. So it's like a layer. This is like a full workflow of layered ones. So if I go to titles, you can see recent runs on this. How Text Cortex AI agents transform investment trend research. That's a really good title. Automate market research, real-time investment trends with AI agents. Case study, boost portfolio decisions with automated trend filtering. One-click prospect list for market analysis using AI flows. Streamline investment research with Text Cortex AI agent workflow. All of those are really nice, really great, easy to use titles. And what I did then is basically take it so that I turn it into like a nice markdown. And it ends up, last but not least, getting put into Notion and a Google Doc. So if I just go back here, I'm going to show you the most recent example to make it easy on you. So here is a description of content, right? And then literally title sources. The title choice, I picked my title that I wanted out of the group. Category, which video concept is it? It started with this whole thing here, and then I just like deleted whatever I didn't want. And it's so basic and so simple, but this gave me, based off of the literal short, in my opinion, the shortest couple of bullet points, like show how coaches and consultants can record, transcribe, and organize one-on-one sessions, demo tagging, breakthroughs, build a library of client wins and struggles for program improvements. And then what you have is a full breakdown of the video concept, the audience, the problem, the solution, and then a verification article showcasing how to actually create tags that work properly using this tool. So all of this together factors in everything you'd need to make a nice piece of content. And I'll be honest, you can't really do this well without AI agents. You can use automation to make them strung together, but I just don't really see the benefit of anything like what exists here in just basic automations or ChatGPT. You can't research in the same ways. You can't combine the research together in such an easy manner. It's awesome. So we have a lot of different ones in here. We have keyword research. We have content Google. We have content research. We have something called Chris the Content Scheduler, which I like a lot. He literally does things like, I want to add content to Text Core Text Client, and then it forces us to give us context. Like, okay, what's the title, the content type, the publish date? You give it some content titles and dates and stuff like that. And then what it'll do is make sure that it's confirmed. And once it's confirmed, it'll tell you that it's been added successfully. And as you can see in my Notion, if you go here, this piece of content came from that and was created by the agent here. If we go to the content info, you see they got the title choices, the content category, the audience, all that kind of stuff I showed earlier. You string these things together and it can make your life so much easier, because a content strategist and a content idea creator would do all this type of stuff. And it takes so much work to build it out. But I just literally come up with an idea. I'm not joking. I come up with an idea and then go to New Agent, either use the guided setup or I just type it out. You can even start building phone agents now, which is pretty cool. But overall, this is a really great onboarding experience. It's easy to make agents. And then even if you don't want to do that, you can just literally type it out to whatever you'd like. And then everything that you see here is made. There's something called Workflow Force that's pretty cool that they just released, where essentially you can combine and have different agents work together, where it's kind of like making a team. For example, I don't want that one. I want to do Domi the Domain Finder connects with another agent, right? Which is like here. And how does it work? Using instructions, how to use, the parent agent will decide when and how to choose the child node. So it's like either a parent-child relationship, or you can change the relationship to be more of a next step. So it's like a step-by-step handoff situation. So stringing agents in here is possible. It's also possible, obviously, in an automation like make.com, but if you want to stay in one platform, they do kind of have their own automation system now. So altogether, these are really easy to make and can be strung together. As you can see, I'm kind of a power user at this point. I have a myriad of different agents, and they are doing a bunch of tasks all the time for me. Email management, content management, vetting leads, the works. I just made one recently that I really like, which is the productivity news curator. I have a YouTube channel where I come up with productivity apps. And what this does here is it gives me a list of different news updates. So for example, Grammarly acquired Superhuman, so I'm going to cover that. Raycast has new features in Raycast for iOS. Morgan has color coding. Notion is a top productivity app for iPhones. There's a bunch of different news that drops, and once a week, I'm just going to have this run automatically using make.com, but you can have it trigger through not just like an automation like that, but there are many options here to have the trigger be from other tools, sending it there, enables scheduled messages, right? So scheduled messages can be similar to an automation. Tools can be the trigger. There's a bunch of different ways to set this up, but I really like this tool because it's just so simple and easy to use and set up. I mean, the outputs that you get are just like, okay, imagine ChatGPT 03 with all of its really nice decision-making processes added with an instruction list that you create, but also can be improved on with this invent functionality that tweaks it. And when you tweak it, it doesn't change unless you press accept. And it doesn't change what this is until you press accept. But not only that, it also can go back in time and you can go to the previous versions, right? So if I press restore here, right, you'd see the previous version, but I don't really want to do that. I want to go back to the real version that's here. So I really like this. I think it's my favorite tool right now. I want you all to try it out. It's available even for free, and if you want to have it be less effective but still usable, you can essentially pick the cost optimized model, which will just basically go to ChatGPT 4.0 mini, and then from there it'll be the cheapest way to go. And it'll be better than if you just use like a regular prompt sequence in ChatGPT, from my opinion. So having those capabilities is really good. Honestly, you're never going to be upset again with what's happening in your agent attempts when you're using this tool, and it's only getting better week by week. So if you like this video and want to try it out, make sure to check out relevanceai.com today. And also make sure to leave us a like and comment down below what your thoughts are on this tool and whether you're going to try it out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.